Hello, I'm Claire Maden, and I'd like to welcome you to the first of a new series of videos on innovation from the World Nuclear Association. We at the World Nuclear Association believe that innovation is transforming the nuclear sector. With advanced and small modular reactor designs that are going to be demonstrated over the next few years, we could see the beginning of a profound change in the nuclear technology landscape. Innovation, however, also encompasses areas such as regulation, research and development, financing, communication, not just technology. All these are areas that currently could prevent nuclear energy from reaching its full potential. This is the first of a series of interviews in which we will ask leading industry figures about what is needed to accelerate nuclear innovation, to bring new technologies to market more quickly, and to introduce new business practices. And today I'm absolutely delighted to be talking to Mr. Bernard Salha. Mr. Salha is the Chief Technical Officer and R&D Director of EDF in France, and also President of the SNETP. Dr. Salha, welcome.
Welcome.
So my first question to you today, Dr. Salha, is why? Why do we need innovation at all? Our industry, nuclear, is underpinned by decades of R&D. So couldn't we just allow it to evolve rather than having to innovate?
Well, you know what, at the moment, nuclear industry is representing something like 20%, 27% exactly of the electricity generated in Europe. So it plays a big role in this area where we are operating. And the question is, we need to get the net zero objective for Europe, as for many countries, by the way, and we need to get that net zero objective to be innovative. I mean, a lot of technology are evolving very fastly, are changing very fastly at the moment. We need to have the same with nuclear. Nuclear has improved a lot about safety, about performance, are taken into account the new technologies, but we have clearly new revolution to embark. The first one is probably the question of digital system. So digital will have to play a great role in the years to come. And for example, we have to develop digital twins which would be able to be resources to prepare the maintenance of the plant, to prepare the design of the plant, to prepare the dismantling of the plant. Manufacturing is also a key topic on which we need to make great progress. Additive manufacturing, new ways of manufacturing are key. Numerical simulation is probably also something which is very, very important on one hand for design, but also for construction of the plant. You know, in Europe, we have at the moment roughly 15,000 people working on research and innovation. So it means that we have a huge headcount of staff involved in this research and innovation question. We need to take profit of that to make nuclear a part of our next energy future.
What are the challenges facing innovation in the nuclear industry? What can and should we be doing to encourage innovation? And who's responsible for making innovation happen? I mean, should policymakers be involved? Is it something that is best left to the businesses and the industry to direct? I'd like to hear your thoughts on that.
Well, you know, we are really facing key challenges at the moment. One of these key challenges is really to build the energy mixed, the electricity mixed of the future. And as you know, we are going to have a lot of renewable generation in this mix. And so the question is, how do we accommodate a nuclear industry, nuclear power plant, existing plant, but also future plant with this very big amount of renewable energy, which has, as you know, very specific characteristic. The power, well, it's delivered according to the wind or the solar. It can create constraint on the grid, and so we believe that nuclear could complement in somehow this renewable development and make perhaps the electrical system stronger when all renewable and nuclear are built together and are mixed together in a proper way. Another topic is really the question of life cycle of the plant, design of the plant, design of new plant, what are going to be the new plant of the future in Europe and of the world, the question of life extension, and finally the question of dismantling. We have to build a sustainable cycle for our nuclear power plant on the long run. So that's a key challenge that we are facing also at the moment. Disruptive technology, I mentioned the digital systems, the simulation, the new manufacturing technique. And last but not least, we need confidence from the financing community. You probably know at this moment that we are facing the big challenge with this taxonomy approach in Europe, with this do not significant harm criteria, DNHS, that we have to comply with. And so that's a very important challenge to give confidence to the financing community to be able to finance new project in Europe.
Oh, wow, so innovation really does have a role to play throughout, from the cradle to the grave of the nuclear fuel cycle, and in so many areas besides, as well as bringing together all these cross-fertilizations. Absolutely fascinating. One innovation I personally would love to see, not necessarily nuclear, I would love time travel to become a reality. That would be so cool. Let's have time travel now. Let's imagine we're 10 years in the future from today. If we were having this conversation in 10 years' time, what innovation topics do you think we will be discussing then? How do you think the situation will look in the future?
Well, a few ideas. Within 10 years, we will have a significant amount of renewable on the grid. And so we could have on this grid, in European grid, at the same time, new nuclear power plants and renewable working together in order to make the grid sustainable and to strengthen the electrification that we are going to see in our world. This question of electrification raise a question of stability, global stability and resiliency of the grid, and it means that we have to make nuclear and renewable work together. A second idea is hydrogen generation. Hydrogen is, of course, as you know, a driver for zero carbon solution. It helps decarbonize steel manufacturing. It could be a solution for cement also. And so we need to generate hydrogen in correct quantity for the future. Transportation, also heavy transportation. And so it means that nuclear could play a role in that respect. And so why not having tomorrow, in 10 years, nuclear power plant generating at the same time electricity and hydrogen? That could be also a great idea. Well, I mentioned also a lot of things about cross-fertilization. I do believe that as a cross-cutting technologies, nuclear could bring benefits to other industry, so that we could be good example of that. And in fact, our industry could bring probably additional benefit to our society in terms of health, in terms of prosperity, and in terms of well-being.
Thank you so much, Mr. Salha, Bernard. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us today. I found that really, really interesting. Our time's gone so quickly. It's fascinating to hear you speak. I'm, for one, very much looking forward to all these innovations to come. And I think seeing hydrogen being produced alongside nuclear and the contributions we're going to see, it's just going to be so exciting. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Further videos in this series will be available on World Nuclear Association social media channels. But if you're particularly interested in learning more about this area, I would strongly recommend that you register for World Nuclear Association's upcoming eForum on innovation, when a high-level panel will discuss these topics in greater detail. Further details will be available on our website at www.world-nuclear.org. Thank you so much for watching.